back towards the heels until that lower back starts to arch. I'm going to push as far back as I can without letting my shoulders move, so no rocking through the whole spine. As I push back, I'm going to hit a spot where I get stuck. That is going to be the end of my range. I'm going to then pull the pelvis towards the elbows, squeeze the abs, and that is 1 rep. We push the hips back, sucking abs in, reaching back, feeling that arching in the lower back, the squeezing of the back muscles. And then we pull the hips forward, getting a good rounding sensation in that lower back. That's 2. Abs sucking in, driving hips back, and then pulling hips forward, rounding spine. 3, continue rolling, drive it back, abs sucking in, and pull hips forward. That's 4. Continue on, 1 more, driving back, arching back, and then pulling forward for full flexion. Beautiful. Then we're going to move into the knee. For the knee, I like to sit on one yoga block. You can sit on a bench or a seat if you have one nearby, if getting on the ground is not comfortable for you. You can also sit straight on the ground, but I do like a little bit of a prop. I'm going to start with the right foot, pulling the toes towards the shin. It's going to help isolate the ankle, isolate the knee and lock out the ankle. I'm going to push the heel into the ground and slightly pull back towards my butt. That's going to allow the back of the calf to engage, and that's going to give us cleaner rotation through the knee. So if I had a fin poking out the front of my shin, you'll see that rotation side to side, and I'm trying to align that rotation just as much as from the shin as the foot. So I don't want that foot doing all this extra movement if I can help it. We're gonna do 5 each direction. Rotate to the inside, pull into the heel, externally or lateral, medial or internal, good, 2, squeezing external, internal, 3, external, internal, 4, 1 more, external, internal, 5. Awesome, and switching sides. On the left foot, we flex the toe towards the shin, lock out the ankle, pull the heel into the ground, engages the back of the calf. We go internal, squeeze, external, good. Internal, external, 2, internal, external, 3, 4, 1 more. Awesome. I'm gonna go right into the ankle. So grabbing that yoga block out of the butt and moving it underneath the leg. I'm gonna lock the knee out, which is gonna prevent the leg from moving. And it's gonna focus all the energy on the ankle. I pull the toes towards the shin. I move to midline, squeezing the inside of the ankle, pushing the toes forward, sweeping the toes across, squeezing the outside of the ankle, and then pulling the toes up towards the shin. That's 1. Biggest circle we can create. Pulling toes to shin, 2, keeping knee locked out, 1 more. Big round circle, 3, and reverse directions. Moving out to pinky edge side of the foot, squeezing the outside of the ankle. We slowly press the toes forward into extension. We pull across the midline, pull the toes towards the shin, that's 1. We've got 3 of these, squeezing out to midline or away from midline, pushing toes forward, squeezing across, toes come to the shin, 2, 1 more, and rest. Awesome, switching sides. So now over to the left leg, left ankle, locking knee out, pulling toes towards the shin. You're gonna feel a stretch on the back of the calf and an engagement of the front. I'm gonna move over to the midline. This is inversion. You're gonna feel the inside of the ankle contract. I'm gonna push the toes forward. You're gonna feel the back of the calf over to the outside, feeling the outside of the ankle, and then pulling towards the shin. That's 1. We're gonna continue on, keeping the leg locked out. 2, 1 more rep, and 3, good, reversing directions. Now same focus, just to the other side. So I'm gonna move to the pinky edge side of the foot, pushing toes down, sweeping across midline, pulling through the arch of the foot, the inside of the ankle. My knee wants to bend, 2, 1 more, 3, perfect. And we're gonna move into the hips now. So we're gonna set aside our yoga block, but we will want our sticks somewhat handy. So I'm gonna set my sticks just kind of off to the side, and I'm gonna come into all fours. So we're gonna be working tabletop hip cars from this position. So I've got my hands stacked right underneath my shoulders, and I'm gonna be working my right leg first. From here, I'm gonna bend the knee, and I'm gonna push the leg up as high as I can into extension. Now I wanna make sure I'm not arching my back a lot. I wanna round the spine and push up. You're gonna hit a wall here where you can't go any further. You feel the hamstring engage, the glute fire. I'm gonna open out to the side, I'm gonna drop the foot. I'm gonna pull the knee high, and you can either tap the elbow here or try and get the foot all the way up to the hand, just like that. You can see how I kind of thrusted the hip forward. I was trying not to as best I can, but this range is really a far end range for me. Then we lift off, we circle around, we come down, we tap the knee to the ground, and that's 1 rep. We're gonna work 3 of them. We're gonna start counting now. If you took that, you get an extra rep. Here we go. We brace the core, we push the right leg back, squeezing up. You feel the glute and hamstring fire. You open out to the side, feel the side glute. You're gonna start pulling the knee up to the tricep. If you can get your foot all the way to the ground, do it. Try not to move the spine too much. If you did, land the foot, work it backwards. We lift up, we circle the leg around, pulling the leg high to the ceiling. We push the leg up, foot to ceiling, and then we tap the knee down to standing leg or kneeling leg. That's 1. Pressing up, squeezing glute, dropping the foot towards midline, pulling the knee wide, circling the leg forward. If you're getting the foot on the ground, reach for it. If not, tap the tricep and let's work backwards. We sweep around, dropping the inside of the knee, lifting the foot. Leg comes as high as you can towards the ceiling, and then we drop the knee down. Good, that's 2. We have 1 more, and we're gonna finish back here. Lifting up, circling around, knee comes to tricep or right hand, and working it backwards. Good. Once you finish that rep, the knee lands, and we are on the other side. I'm gonna spin around so you can see me, but you don't need to move. We're gonna be on that left leg now. We push that left leg straight back, squeeze the glute, abs engaged, open out to the side, drop the foot to midline, pull the knee to tricep. If you can, either just drop the foot or get the foot all the way to that supporting left hand. We're working backwards, hovering leg, sweep around, pushing as high as you can to the ceiling. Feel the hamstring and the glute, which is the back of the leg, and then drop the knee down. That's 1. Pushing back and squeeze, opening out to the side, pulling the knee to tricep. Either drop the foot to the ground, keeping the knee high, or sweep it all the way up to the hand on the left side. Good, lifting off, big circle around, pushing leg to ceiling, abs engaged, and the knee comes down. Working backwards, pressing up, dropping the foot towards midline, pulling foot to hand, and rest. Good, last half here. I'm gonna lift that left foot, circle around, and then it comes all the way back to the ground.